Hey, yo, what is up? Welcome back to the channel. Thank you for checking out another video. Hey, Toyota recently made an announcement about two new Tacoma Editions, not models, but editions. And today we're going to explore what those two are, and I'd love to get your thoughts. Does this make you want to wait on a 2022? Because these two new editions, they're for 2023. All right, let's explore that right now. Like I mentioned, Toyota has announced two new additions to their Tacoma. Both of these are specifically for the SR5 model, and I want to talk about what we know, which right now is actually pretty limited. Hopefully I'll be able to show some images courtesy of the Tacoma press release that they put out. Really quick before we explore those new options, looking at the stats on the channel, every video we're getting tons of new viewers. A bunch of you that are watching or joining us have not subscribed, so I would just like to encourage you to go ahead and hit that subscribe button right now. Subscribe to the channel. All right, enough of that. Let's talk about these two new editions. Both of these specifically are for the SR5 V6 edition. That's at least what Toyota has put out so far. The first one is the one that I actually find most interesting, and not in necessarily a good way. Let me be very clear. So the first one, it's the Chome package. And why this blows me away is most of the people that I know, most of the videos I watch, most of the forums that I read, people are trying to delete and get rid of Chome on their Tacoma. And yet, here we're seeing them come out with the Chome package. Is this Chome package appealing to you? Is having more Chome on your Tacoma something that you are looking for? What is it that they're chroming out? What is it that they're giving a little bit more bling to the Tacoma on that package? Well, Toyota said it's going to be the door handles, it's going to be the exhaust tip. Also, that inlaid Tacoma lettering is going to have Chome lettering in that Chome stamped piece on the back of the bed. Now, I've got the black truck, so I didn't add any lettering to mine, but I do know for a lot of you that have different colors of Tacomas, putting in different colored lettering on the back looks great, especially if you're blacking it all out. Black on the Voodoo Blue or on the cement or on the Barcelona Red looks absolutely amazing. I have seen lettering available online for a chromed out Tacoma, but I'll be honest, driving around and I look at all the Tacomas, I see them. What have they done? What have they done? Is there something I want to do that I like on that one? I have never seen anybody put in the Chome. So I'm actually really surprised on that one specifically. I think the only thing on that new Chome package that is kind of cool, that maybe piqued my interest, that didn't make me cringe, right? Because a lot of that Chome I'm just not a fan of. And when I got my Tacoma, I wasn't sure necessarily that the Chome would bother me. I knew I wanted to black out the badging, because with the black truck, the blacked out badging looks really good, looks really crisp. But I've done a bunch of Chome delete on the inside, the badge, the door handles, and I've really liked the look of it much better. So the Chrome's just not my thing, but I do like the 18-inch polished Chome rims. Toyota put out some images of it. Super cool. Now I'm running stock wheels in my Tacoma still. They do have the Chome on them. I would actually like to upgrade to something more of a blackout color for me personally. But the 18 inches, you know, the TRD Sport has TRD Sport, excuse me, has 17-inch rims. The SR5, the TRD off-road like mine, they've got the 16-inch. So 18-inch rims, 18-inch wheels, pretty cool. I like the idea of kind of going with the bigger one, but what do I think about the polished Chome? I don't know. I don't know if I love it. Maybe there's a mod, you can plastic dip them or something and still get that 18-inch. So the Chome package, that's the first one that they announced. The second one is the SX. And I don't think that I've ever really seen one of these, but apparently this is something that's been available on the lowest trim, the SR, and is now going to be available in the SR5. So the SX package on the SR5 available only in the V6 on both of these, in the 5-foot bed, although I do believe that this one could be for the access cab as well as for the extended cab. But this one's going that opposite direction. This is more of a blackout package, giving it more of that blackout look. It's got the fender or the wheel flares that are over the wheels there. I love that look. Now, I am biased because I've got a TRD off-road and it has those in it. And so if you've got, you're looking for that added bit of protection, I'm guessing it's going to be similar to what's on the TRD off-road. So when you look at those blacked out fender flares, especially in different colored models where you're also now blacking out the mirrors and doing some of those other blackout pieces, it's a nice look. It looks good overall. But those are some of the major things that they talked about. It's going to keep the 16-inch wheels, but now you're looking at a new blacked out wheel with blacked out lug nuts. From the pictures that I've seen, I really like those wheels. Those are something that I could see me upgrading on my TRD off-road. 16 inches is what I've already got, but I've got the stock. It's got the chrome. I don't love the chrome. We documented that already. But those new wheels are pretty good looking. Different than the TRD Pro wheels, which is something a lot of people upgrade to, and those are really good looking wheels. But I think that part of the SX package is pretty appealing. That's something I think that is pretty cool. The other thing that I'll mention here is Toyota said there's also a new bed graphic. So, mine's got the TRD off-road on the back. It's all kind of a gray and whited out. Some of them are that white gray with the red, which is kind of a cool look to it. So we're guessing, and from what limited pictures we've seen, some kind of an SX graphic is going to be on the back of that somewhere, is what we're also guessing. And that's about it for those two, right? I mean, it's really a lot of aesthetics at the end of the day. If you're somebody who does some mods, kind of toys around with mods like I do, like a lot of others, some of those things may not be that appealing. Now, maybe you just want to chrome it out, and this is a good way to do it without having to mod anything. If you're doing blackout, maybe you go with that SX package so that you get all those blacked out right out of the gate. And it does give it a little bit different look than the other SR5s that are out there when you start making those upgrades to it. So maybe those are appealing. The only other thing I'll mention that Toyota put out was the new color for the TRD Pro. So we've seen this for years. They come out with a new color, usually starts on the Pro, and then they'll, depending on how well it takes, I guess, they'll offer it to other ones. Last year's TRD Pro was that electric lime, kind of that greenish yellow lime color, kind of vibrant. This year it's saying it's solar octane, which is kind of an orange hue to it. I don't think I've seen at least any real pictures on it, so kind of hard to gauge. I think they're super cool colors that they're coming out with. Personally, that electric lime color, that's just not my jam. That's not something that I would have gone with or picked. So I'm excited to see maybe this solar octane, as they call it, will have a little bit more of a darker tone to it, give it a little deeper, richer feel to it. That would be super cool. So that's something that we'll watch for sure. But my question is, what does all this mean for the redesigned Toyota Tacoma? At the end of the day, this is not a redesign. There are things that I'd love to see in a redesigned Tacoma. I love the look of it, so I do worry about what they're going to do. I'm just not a fan of that new Tundra grille to it with the big stash on the front. So we'll have to see. Honestly, what I would have loved to see on the SR5 is that they remove that wind dam, that wind beard, Tacoma beard, whatever Mumphy and Aang call it. That would have been cool if they just find a way to get rid of that and make that kind of give it a different look, a little bit more lifted look on it, especially with those 18-inch rims or 18-inch wheels. That might have been pretty cool, but that didn't happen, not from the images that I've seen. But is there something that you're waiting for that would make you wait for a Tacoma? Do you like these new additions well enough that you're thinking maybe hold off? Or are you thinking, nope, if I'm going to get it, I'm going to get it now and I'm not going to wait? One more thing to think about is, what does this mean for the redesign? Does it mean it's coming sooner than later? Will it be a 2024, maybe a 2025? I would have a hard time thinking it's coming in 2024, mostly because when they come out with a new model, they're going to want to make sure that it sells really well and that it doesn't have a bad year, so to speak. Tacomas are the #1 mid-selling truck in America. You know Toyota wants to hold on to that spot. And if they roll out a redesign when inventory levels are still low, when the chip shortage is still a thing, that could really hamper sales, not because demand isn't there, but because supply isn't there. And therefore, that might make them hesitant to roll out a new model, to roll out a 4th gen Tacoma, when the reality is you can roll out in 2023 like you did 2 new editions. You could do that again in 2024, right? You add some color, you add some splashes, you change some wheel sizes, right? You do some little things there. You come out with, you know, the solar octane gets bumped down in 2024 to be on the Tacoma, not just the Tundra. Maybe you've got a different wheel and tire configuration that you add to the TRD Pro and Sport, since in 2023 you're making those additions available on the SR5, and maybe Toyota tries to buy them another year for inventory levels to get squared out a little bit. They do not want to have a new model rollout and have a down year for sales that could open that door for all the new competitors that are coming out, right? These mini trucks, the Santa Cruz, the Maverick, whatever that might be. So my guess is they're not going to come out in 2024, but I could be wrong. What do you think? First of all, are you going to wait for one of these new editions in 2023? Or are you waiting for a redesign altogether, and when do you think that's coming? Let me know down in the comments. As always, thank you for checking out the video. Thank you for making it all the way to the end. Go ahead and hit like, give me a subscribe, and we'll catch you in the next video. All right, peace out.